social wellness. This is one that I think we're all struggling with a little bit right now is keeping our, I guess, maybe looking differently at our social networks and how we can keep connected with people because it is important, even if you're not an extroverted person. Like for myself, I don't need a huge social network, but I get a lot of, I get a lot of my needs met through my peers at work, and I really enjoy the time, the collaboration, the discussions, the joking around, that kind of stuff. And so I think for myself, that's really important to decide, okay, just because I'm an introvert, I still need some social aspects in my life, and I still need to make sure that I look to that and not put myself in that introvert box because that can be really dangerous and that can lead to um, imbalances in other areas of your life as well, such as mental health.
Yes, I think as soon as we put some labels on things, absolutely, that can put us in a box and it sometimes can be really hard to get out of. And I think once again, this past year has really challenged us on that piece, especially those that really want to be connected. We've not even across Christmas this year, we were all challenged in this province as to who we could spend that Christmas with. And that's a very emotional time as it is. And we believe that should be about family and things like that, so it challenged us that way. But yet I saw, I think, something really positive on the other side that we'd had never gone down in my workplace this path of using so much connection through these type of platforms. And it opened a door for my staff to actually become connected because of that geographic space that we share here. We're miles and miles apart, and they would never have known each other the way they do. And they've actually formed friendships and connections because of this. And so sometimes when we look at social wellness, we have to look to the flexibility piece because sometimes the world gets in the way of that. But if we can be open to other formats and ways and means, sometimes that will open up this avenue for us as well.
Does anyone want to share anything in relation to social wellness? Just because this is something that is obviously at the forefront of our minds right now because of the pandemic. Has anyone found a unique way to connect with people? One thing I did, my at my husband's work, there was someone who uh, was hosting an online bingo, community bingo game. And so it went for about 2 hours. And they just started inviting more and more people. And there were people from Wainwright, Irma, Provost, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, all over. And I think there were like 400 people online. And they um, ended up getting sponsors. And so it was on a Friday night. And we sat around the computer and played bingo. And that was so unique. That's something that I think, over a year ago was not even on the radar.
So we had from Carolyn said that she had sent Christmas cards after many years. Oh, I can totally understand that. I have great intent all the time, and then I don't send them. And I used to love to receive them. And now Carolyn says that she has sent out Valentine's. And I think,
Oh, I love that.
yes, we've lost that art of connecting that way. I used to love receiving stuff in the mail, other than now as an adult was all it is seems like bills. So what a great way to connect. And I know our kiddos, we've been having them do some cards, and they just recently did bookmarks for some of our seniors in long-term care, just to make that connection as well. What a great idea. Thank you, Carolyn.
That's a really great idea. So we still have it's February 1st. I still have time to get my Valentine in order
Yeah.
because Christmas cards did not happen for me again this year. But my kids actually did a really interesting thing at Christmas. My son is in Montreal. Um, one of my daughters is in Saskatoon, and one is in Kelowna. The two closest, like Kelowna and Saskatoon, and the girls were able to come home and my son wasn't. So before Christmas, they got together on Zoom and they recorded like a video for my husband and I, and it was like a video or a game show kind of video where they asked questions about us and they each had to try to guess the answer, and just having them all on Zoom, it was so neat. And then we were able to FaceTime with my son at Christmas to still be able to see his face, because that was really hard not having him home at Christmas. So